Hey everyone, Delphi Group here with the weekly market report. Let's just dive right into it like we normally do. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to go a little backwards here, like we normally do. But anyway, we have Circle up here, Circle Internet Group, CRCL. Okay, this is a stock that just came out recently that has gone up like 700%. We're gonna talk about this a little bit at the end. So just wanted to show you guys. It was down almost $41 today. Okay, you can see that. So if you are trading this, just be careful. We have a pivot here on lower volume. Okay, remember when we get a volume drop going up, that is bearish. It means the buyers are leaving, okay, and we already have a pivot. So we did trade this a couple times. We'll get into this towards the end, but let's go to the SPY. Okay, we're looking at the SPY here on Thinkorswim, and SPY was the only one of the indexes that did not hit our target last week. Okay, if you guys remember, we said contingent on a close under the 20-day moving average, which it did here. While we got a dump, it did not get down to our target. Okay, but anyway, we're going to leave this target here. This line here is going to be resistance up here. We have a gap. So remember, if you know anything about gap theory, gaps do fill 80% of the time. We also have gap down here below that has not filled. So we're going to leave this target here for next week to see what happens here, because if we look below what's happening, okay, and we're going to look at the monthly chart as well. Look what's happening. The volume is still going down. Okay, that is not bullish up here. Okay, if we're going to get an all-time high breakout, we're going to need to see volume pick up. Okay, it is not picking up. It is going down. Okay, and if we look at the monthly chart here, very interesting what's going on here. Now, of course, the month ends next week. But what is happening here on the monthly chart on the SPY, and also this is on the Qs, but look, the volume is going down, okay, as we're going up at resistance. Okay, when was the last time that this happened here? Okay, well, if we look here, on what was going on last time we revisited these levels, look below, the volume was going down as we were nearing this levels. And then what happened? We had a shooting star and then a dump, right? Now, not saying that's going to happen, but you have to be careful of the volume, okay? Also, there could be an M double top playing out here. So you just need to watch what happens in the next coming months. If we get a pivot lower, that will be a red flag. Okay, again, we need to watch this on the monthly chart. But as for the daily, again, we're just going to leave this target here because we could find some resistance here and head lower. Okay, looking at the Qs. Okay. The Qs, our target did hit here yesterday. It almost hit the day before, but it did hit yesterday. So that target has hit. And again, look at the volume. Okay, I'm not going to look at the monthly because the monthly is the same as the SPY. But look at the monthly. So because the target hit now last week, I'm going to make a forecast here on the Qs. We'll have to see. Now, if we get a pivot lower, I do think this gap will fill. So I am going to go lower here because of the volume going down and the CCI way overbought. So I am going to go lower on the Qs, okay, to fill that gap. So that's where I'm going on the Qs. Now, if we break out because now we're near all-time highs. We did not make all-time highs yet. But again, if we do break out on higher volume, then, this target may not hit next week. So, the rest of this week is pretty important to see what happens now in the indexes. Do we pivot lower? And we'll talk about the cycle line in a minute, but we'll have to watch. Okay, and the IWM, again, we have a pattern working here, which we'll talk about. But IWM is over this resistance level now. Okay, we are over this one. I can make this green just to kind of, dictate support. And this one as well, I can change to green since we did close over that. Okay, so this is going to be a tough forecast here. But again, look at the volume below on the daily. Okay, the daily volume is going down still, even getting over this level. So this is going to be really tough. We're gonna look at this on TradingView, but I'm going to go just a little higher here on IWM because we're going to be nearing a pattern level here. So I'm going to go just up a little higher on IWM because we did close over this resistance, which is now could be support. So going up a little higher on IWM, okay? And the monthly chart here, well, I'll get to this again on TradingView. Okay, so those are the forecasts. Again, you can see last week IWM forecast target did hit. If you guys remember, I said that I do think we're going to go down, and again, the moving average is going to move up and could be support, and support it was. We can see here almost to the penny where IWM stopped and now is reversed, right? But our target from last week hit yesterday as well. Okay, we took a bunch of puts yesterday, which we'll get to, and did really well following some UOA. But let's move to TradingView. Okay, so this is TradingView, and if you guys remember, we talked about our cycle line last week. We said just beware or alert on the cycle line. Well, we originally thought that indexes were going to keep going, okay, higher into the cycle line, and then we would get a reversal. Well, what happened? A complete opposite of that happened. Okay, we went down into the cycle line, and what happened? We reversed up. So you can see how powerful this cycle line is. Now, full disclosure, we did not trade this because honestly, we didn't really. It was kind of a toss-up. We didn't know what was going to happen here because this is the first time that this has happened on the cycle line, which could be also attributed to news, right? If we didn't get the news that we got yesterday, I don't think we would be up here, okay, with the ceasefire news and all that. So this market is very difficult to trade, okay? We actually killed puts here yesterday, okay? You're going to say, why did you guys trade puts? Well, we're going to show you in a minute when we get to our Delphi room. But again, so you can see how important this cycle line is. Okay, even though we didn't trade it with calls, we actually have positions in puts right now. We need to watch out because maybe the cycle line is not done. Okay, maybe we are going to head back down. Okay, maybe this just was a news event pump. Okay, so anyway, we can see how that played out. And again, nobody's doing this anywhere. Our members keep cashing out on these cycle lines, which has only been wrong once in over 2 years. Okay, now let's look at IWM, and then we'll get to some bonus plays for you guys. Again, IWM, okay, we talked about this head and shoulders pattern here. We actually forecasted this happening here as a retest. We got the retest. We are now moving higher, but we need to take out this high. If we take out this high, we may take some calls on IWM for this pattern, okay, that is active. Okay, we got the retest, and we have not broken out yet, so we're waiting to see what happens. Do we break out, or do we go back down? Okay, so that's the IWM. And now let's look at, we gave a bonus look in on Datadog last week, okay, off of this cup and handle pattern, okay? So again, this is what we do here. Nobody does this anywhere. We post a lot of charts in our Delphi Charts channel. But if we look at cup and handle pattern, okay, we can see here what is playing out on this cup and handle pattern, okay? So we got the breakout, we got the retest, and now we're moving up, okay? So you can see here how this plays out on this diagram, right? You get the breakout, you get the retest, and you go higher. This is exactly what's happening here on Datadog, okay? And if you guys remember, we talked about this last week, okay? We talked about this down here, okay? This was last week, Tuesday, okay? We talked about that. And what happened? So it's already gone up $10. So you guys are very welcome for this bonus pattern play, okay? Full disclosure, we do this a lot of times, more often than not. We have a resistance level here. We did cash out our calls. We actually cashed out our calls here, thankfully, and then it dropped, and now we're back up. So now we're waiting. Okay, if we can get above this level, we will be back in calls for this pattern to work out on Datadog. Okay, so rack up another bonus look in here on a pattern play, which has gone up $10 from when we posted this. Okay, let's look at another one. We're going to look at two more patterns here. One's bullish, one's bearish. Let's look at GPN. Okay, GPN has a wedge pattern, very close to a breakout. This could be a breakout, very, very close. So this is a wedge pattern, and full disclosure, we are in calls here off of some UOA. We saw some next month 85 UOAs that were very cheap, I believe 45 cents. So we are in those, full disclosure. If this pattern breaks out, this can get up over $100. Okay, so this is a bonus play on GPN Global Payments. Okay, on the bullish side. On the bearish side, let's look at Zoom. Zoom here, opposite of the Datadog, this is a bearish cup and handle pattern, inverted. Okay, these patterns here, okay, if we look at this here, let's just blow this one up here. You can see very similar, but opposite. Okay, this is bearish. You get the breakout. Now it's not a breakdown. A breakout can be up or down. You get the break here, you get the retest, and then you head lower. Okay, and that is what we're seeing on Zoom. Okay, full disclosure, we are in Zoom puts. Okay, you can see what's happening here on Zoom. You got the break, you got the retest, and now it's heading back down. This is pointing to low 70s. Okay, and it's a very bearish candle. We closed at the lows of the day. And remember, the markets were screaming higher today. So here is a bearish look-in bonus on Zoom. If you guys want to trade it, we are in puts. So this is something for you guys to look at, okay, if you guys want to trade Zoom. Okay, so now let's move to the Delphi room. Okay, again, this is where we do all our magic. We are in our UOA channel. We're here, right here, UOA means unusual option activity. And why are we in here? Because we're showing you why we killed puts yesterday on the indexes. Okay, you can see yesterday in the morning what was going on. There was heavy zero DTE buying in the Qs, more Qs. Okay, we got some zero DTE in the Qs. There was more zero DTE put buying for yesterday in the Qs. Okay, we actually got SPY. Here you can see we were currently in these. Did really well, which we'll show you. And then here we talked about Circle. Okay, look at this. Somebody came in and bought 1.5 million of these Circle puts. We traded these. We got in and out of these already once or twice. We got a double on these. We got back in. We took more profits. But you can see they bought these. The stock was at 260. And we just showed you, this got as low as 217 today. So again, nobody does what we do here. We parse out the UOA. We post trades for the community. And again, nobody's doing this nobody's doing this anywhere. No trading platform. Nobody anywhere is doing this. And again, this translates into our community killing profits, right? Again, here is our trade journal. We just think this is very important to show you guys, to show you why we do what we do here at Delphi. Nobody's doing this, okay? You can see here are some of the puts we scored yesterday. You can see here, okay, look at this, 105%. we cashed out Monster Winner. 164%, okay, cashed out there. 60% cashed out there. This was a small one at 9% there. Okay, so, and then again, here's Circle. You can see we traded Circle. We cashed out for 80%, almost 81% there. And then some other ones here that we are still in, still open, 23%, and almost 40% there. Okay, so again, this is why we do what we do here at Delphi. Okay, nobody's doing this anywhere. So please get the word out. Tell the traders that we are here to not only help people become profitable, more importantly, stay profitable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly market report, and we will see you next week. Take care.